is, although I would love to show you the whole training pathway, we just don't have time. I only have a few minutes. So I'm going to give you a quick tour, a few of the highlights, and I'm going to start on that first 50%, a brand new coach getting started, helping their journey up to senior coach, okay? And I want to start with the objectives. The Alacrity team went in with some very clear objectives, as we wanted to have a unified system that was the best of the best. Because what we were all doing is we all kind of had our own style and technique, but when we looked at it, in reality, 90% of the things we were doing were basically the same. They just had a little bit of variation. So even though this is new, guess what? I bet you 90% of you guys are going to be completely familiar with everything. It's just going to be more clear, concise, and simplified. And guess what? Instead of having to go to 5 or 10 or 20 different websites to get training, because you could go to Office of Motion, Trilogy Training, Team Global Webinars, Coach Connection. I mean, individual leaders have their websites. I mean, you could be lost in space, right? Now we have one training site. Boom, log in, you're there. Everything you need in the order you need it. Secondly, we went from having 9 different forms, tracking forms, profile sheets, all these things, to now we have 4. And we've redone the folder system, which I won't have time to cover now. We'll do that in the workshops, but we've redone the folder system so you can do it electronically, in a binder, in a file like we'll do, but it's all integrated. So we've simplified, we've organized, and we've made it user-friendly. I wish I had the interaction, but you won't be able to see that until Monday. But once you get into this, it's fun. The learning is fun. It's gamified. There's little, congratulations, you checked off. You get to go to the next level, and it's interactive. So you guys are going to love it. Your team's going to love it. And the other thing is it's phased. In other words, like Dan was saying, we're going to give them what they need at the beginning, and then when they unlock the next level, then they get to go to the next level. But it's also going to evolve. I mean, we need your feedback. This is just like I said, you can always get better. The only way we're going to get better is that we go out, we use this, play with it, and you feed back to your mentorship team what you like, what we can improve. And then we're going to tweak this. Do you think the system's going to be different next year's conference, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, it'll just be evolving, getting better, improving, fine-tuning. So I'm really excited. So let's get started. The fundamental premise here, don't worry about this, because if this is new to you, so how many of you are newer coaches? Less than 3 months? All right. How many less than a year? Okay, good. The good thing about this system is even if you've been around for like 13 years like me, how do you build this business? You start by acquiring clients, supporting clients, acquiring coaches, supporting coaches. This is all fundamental stuff, so nothing is new. But the key here is you're going to have your mentor walking with you step by step through this process, just like we've always done. Because this mentorship model goes back thousands of years. You have an expert teaching somebody new how to transfer the skills, and we're going to transfer those fundamental skills. So when you log in now to Office in Motion, there's going to be a prompter as a brand on Monday, Monday at midnight, so I guess Tuesday when you log in, you'll get a prompter that there's a new training information. And anytime we update the site with new stuff, they'll do a little prompter. Hey, there's a new module you're eligible for. And then when you go in, you'll go into the Office in Motion, right to the training tab, and you'll see the ones that are highlighted are accessible to the coach. The one that's at the bottom is advanced training for leadership, and they would have to actually get to the level of executive director to unlock that. Does that make sense? So now we have them something to aspire to go from a health coach to a business coach using the blended path. So when you go in, the first thing we want to do is to help somebody get oriented and get started. So there's these interactive modules, and they click on this module. This is the Getting Started module, which is the first one. And it goes along with a guide that you guys will see and that you're going to love. It's amazing. And these things are all in the office or the store you can buy. And this is multimedia, so it's interactive. So when you click on this, it's going to have text, it's going to have animation, it's going to have videos. If you're not familiar with how to use a training site, some people are not very tech savvy. They're still learning email, they're still learning how to get on the web and stuff. There's a tutorial. They could click on the button and it'll walk them through. You get stuck, click here, it'll tell you what to do. Now, each of these modules will be, as I said, multimedia. They'll have video, documents, forms that they can download, and it's going to be all interactive and fun. Additional resources will be like questions and things that you need. So when the getting started is there, one of the first things we care about, what kind of coaches are we at Take Shape for Life?
Awesome.
Empathetic coaches, right? So it all starts with what matters to who? Yeah, so this new client, we're saying, hey, what matters to you? Why did you become a coach? What do you hope to get out of this? We want to awaken that intrinsic motivation for them. Get that enthusiasm, that heartfelt passion to get ready to go out and share. And okay, if you're going to share your passion, you got to make a list. So this little workshop here is about how to create your list of candidates. And so you have a video from, what if you could have training from the top global and presidential TJEC and the best leaders in the company, and they were like 7-minute chunks of just the best of what they had. And what if you had a coach that was across the country? I have coaches in Guam. What if I had a way to support my coaches in Guam virtually, because all this is online, even on your phone? How cool is that? So you can have Becca Tinter getting somebody oriented to this business. You can have Amber Smithson. You can have Terry Miller. You can have all the best leaders packaged in your back pocket when you need them. Very cool. And it's also going to ask them questions along the way, kind of keep them engaged. What did you learn? And they take notes. And then they get scores. And at the end, it's all reviewable. So this is very, very interactive. And you guys are going to love it. I wish I had the live demo to show you. But I'm just, hold your breath. It doesn't start until Monday at midnight as we launch all this stuff. And some of these are coming today. So you're going to see these in the workshop today and tomorrow. So the contact worksheets, all the forms, right when you need them, you can download them. So while they're watching the video with Amber, explaining how you can identify who are the top 10 people that are on your heart that you want to reach out to and share joining our opportunity, joining our community with. She's going to show them how to do that, and they can actually have the form downloaded right then and there while they're doing it. So we're going to ask questions, and we're going to, remember I said we used to have like 9 different forms? Now we have 4. And just like Dan and Dr. A just showed the 2 paths, the traditional path, which is, how many of you started off as a client and then became a coach? Okay, how many of you are like me? You started off as a client and a coach at the same time, said, I'm doing them both, right? So we need both paths. So we have the tools, not just the presentation tools, but the support and the tracking tools for each path. So this is the well-being tracker for somebody who was interested in the full trilogy like me. You'd start them with this form, and you'd guide them through, and as you got to know their healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances, you're tracking these things, you're staying connected. And then at the bottom it says preparing for your health transformation. We can actually now do this, and this replaces the client profile sheet. Now you might have somebody who wants to start on the program first. And so this is more of our traditional client profile. We're just calling it a client tracker. We want to simplify our terminology. So basically we have a health tracker, we have a trilogy tracker, a well-being tracker, which is the previous one, and we have our health coach tracker. That's it. And they're just trackers. They fit right into the traditional version of the file folder, just a little more simplified. So as people are going through, you can take notes like you normally do. You're going to support them. You're going to get them plugged into the Bio Network. And every time you or one of your coaches complete a module, you get a certification. And congratulations, you did it. And then it asks you, you ready to go to the next step? And it gets you into the next training module. So after somebody's oriented, they got their getting started, they got their why, they've got their contact list. Now it's like, okay, how do you share Take Shape for Life? We're going to give you some tools and some techniques of the best of how to share your story. How to invite somebody to an orientation or presentation or meeting. Now we know that the best way for a brand new coach to do this is with their mentor. True or false? True. We know that's the best way to transfer skills, is to have somebody experienced do it for you, do it with you, then watch you do it, and then you can start flying solo. But there's still one more step, is after they've learned how to do it on their own, they have to learn how to what? Teach it to the next coach. They have to learn how to transfer those skills that they've embodied, they've ingrained, to the next generation of coach so that we can empower more people. So the training will help do that, but this doesn't replace the interaction of a leader, does it? This doesn't replace you locking arms with somebody, because could somebody have a lot of excitement, but also a little bit of intimidation? What's some of the biggest fears somebody has when they're getting ready to share Take Shape for Life? Yell it out. Rejection. What else? saying the wrong thing, yeah, offending them, whatever. So it's nice to have somebody who's been doing it for 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years, to kind of walk you through and show you how to do that. So don't forget, this whole model is based on that. And everything's interactive, so you can go through different ones. For example, if you want to download the presentation that Dr. A and Dan just went through, you can download the PowerPoint right here. Boom. You want a healthy happy hour? Boom, you can download it. If you want to, we can teach you how to do everything, how to leverage your mentor coach. And every time you complete something, you get acknowledged, you get recognized by the system. So it's very fun. You guys liking it? All right. So, how can you help? Remember, this is version 00.1. I mean, this is the first launch of the new integrated platform. We've had our own kind of, everyone's doing their own thing for quite a while, but this is the first time we've all got on the same page doing the same thing with the best of. So how can you help? Isn't that awesome? How can you help? You're part of this. You guys are integral. I mean, you guys are in the trenches every day. Sometimes it's easy for people who've been around for a while, and I think I'm guilty of this, to forget what that new guy's thinking, what that brand new coach who hasn't even got their kit yet, how they're feeling. So it's really important that we do this together. So number one, I'd ask you to go through this program, this whole process. Even if you're a presidential director, go through and hit senior coach again. Start over by hitting senior coach. Go out and get 5 clients using this method. And do it with your mentor. So familiarize with the tool. Go through the process with your business coach, your global director, your business leader. They know about this. They'll walk you through it. Take your coaches through the process. Guide them. Duplicate the process. Hand the baton off to the next generation. Attend the workshops. These workshops are going to be great. There's going to be several of them over the next couple of days that are going to go deeper into the training system, the tools, and all these things. And then finally, get in action. The only way you do something, you can read about making things, you can read about doing, until you do it, that's when you really learn. True or false? So you got to get in there, play with it, and then give us the feedback. So the final thing is the key to integration is everyone rowing in the same direction. Does that make sense? Okay, this alignment, this alacrity, this whole philosophy that we're moving towards, simplicity and duplication. So I want to ask you guys to try a little experiment with me. I'm going to say, think about your favorite song. Okay, everyone got your favorite song? Now, when I count to 3, I want everyone for just 10 seconds to start humming or singing your favorite song. 1, 2, 3, go. How's that sound? How's that feel? All right, let's try something else. All right, clear your hands away for a second. You need your hands for this one. Are you ready? Yeah. See if you guys can catch this beat. Ready? Now, how does that feel? How does it feel to be alive? How does it feel to be integrated? How does it feel to be rowing in the same direction? Are you guys excited? This was 10% of what you're going to learn. I hope you embrace the rest of it. Thanks, guys.